The Aztecs are particularly known for their practice of human sacrifice on a large scale. In 1487, more than 20,000 people were sacrificed in ceremonies in the Aztec temple. Alexander the Great required all his soldiers to write letters to their families, and then executed those soldiers who did not write nice things to their families. Roman Emperor Commodus gathered all the disabled people in the empire to Rome and had them fight to the death in the Colosseum. Peter I, known as Crazy Peter, executed his wife and her lover and then kept their severed heads in a jar filled with alcohol in her room. More than 30 million people died in the Lushan Rebellion in China in 755 AD, which is 1/6 of the world's population at that time. Mexican General Santa Anna organized a magnificent funeral for his lost leg. Of the past 3,000 years, only 240 years have been peaceful. People living in the British Isles during the Ice Age used human skulls as berets. In the 1800s, since it was not clear whether people were dead or not, a bell mechanism was placed inside the coffin. If the buried person was not dead, he would ring the bell to be taken out after he regained consciousness. Mongols used the body fat of their killed enemies to set fire to the tips of their arrows. In ancient Egypt, when a ruler died, all his assistants and animals were buried alive with him. In the Middle Ages, animals were tried and sometimes sentenced to death. The Anglo-Zanzibar War is the shortest war in history. The Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 began after the signing of the Heligoland-Zanzibar Treaty between Britain and Germany in 1890. After Zanzibar was declared a protectorate of the British Empire, Britain installed its own sultan to oversee it, Sultan Hamad bin Thuwaini. However, the sultan died suddenly in 1896, and Sultan Khalid bin Bardhash ascended to the throne without consulting Britain. England wasn't happy with this situation, so they asked him to back off. The new sultan refused to resign and the British bombarded the palace. The conflict ended in 38 minutes. Pope Gregory IV declared war on cats. Pope IV Gregory declared war on cats in the 13th century. He said black cats were tools of the devil. Because of this belief, he ordered the extermination of these felines throughout Europe. However, this plan backfired as it caused an increase in the population of plague-carrying mice. Alexander the Great was accidentally buried alive. Scientists think Alexander the Great suffered from a neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome. They also believe that around the time he was thought to have died, he was actually paralyzed and mentally aware of everything. The Olympic Games used to award medals in the arts. From 1912 to 1948, the Olympic Games held competitions in fine arts. Medals were awarded in the fields of literature, architecture, sculpture, painting, and music. Naturally, the art created had to be Olympic-themed. According to Pierre de Freddy, the founder of the modern Olympics, the addition of art was necessary because the ancient Greeks held art festivals alongside the games. Before arts events were abolished, 151 medals were awarded. There used to be female gladiators. A female gladiator was called gladiatrix or, in the plural, gladiatrices. They were rarer than their male counterparts. Gladiatrices had duties such as executing criminals, fighting other gladiators, and fighting animals in Rome's various fighting pits. Arabic numerals were actually discovered by Indian mathematicians.